Getting into the Super Bowl spirit, throwing around the old football before practice. That's where they practice? That's not how I pictured basketball practice.
They did some cardio outside yesterday. Obviously, they're all still dealing with the death of Kobe. LeBron, it would appear, debuted a new Kobe Bryant tattoo. Yeah. And I think they're trying to keep it as light as possible for him. They have this long time off because that Clippers game was canceled. So they go basically a full week without a game. It's good to see them trying to get back to some sense of normalcy as they deal with all this.
Yeah, light spirit, like just something to help them.
And you football players were always playing basketball.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everybody has a football player. They want to play hoop. Everybody that play hoop, they want to play football.
You can tell LeBron has an arm right there, and you can tell he's a great athlete. His ability to flip those hips. You got a little bit of
Well, you remember, he was an all-state receiver as a kid, but then he broke, I think, his right index finger, and they were like, nah, no more.
Nick,
he made a good choice.
Would it be too much goodness if he played for the Chiefs? It would be
no, we don't listen. Let him do his thing.
So much for you.
What am I told to look behind me?
What?
Don't be doing that.
Oh, LeBron on the Chiefs. Oh, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. Nah, man, leave him be. I mean, he obviously could be the greatest tight end in NFL history. We all know that, but he'd rather be the greatest basketball player in the NBA.
What, 6'9" tight end? I'm going to saw him in half.
He made a good decision playing basketball. And they pay more in the end.
Good decision.
Better benefits, all that.
All right, we'll get to Patrick Mahomes in just a minute. Before we do, I want you to check out the Super Bowl first. So back in Super Bowl 32, Hall of Famer John Elway became the first quarterback age 35 or older to win his first Super Bowl. Elway would, in fact, end his career with back-to-back rings.
That's the iconic play of his career.
They throw a flag on that play now? In today's game, did they throw a flag on that?
I don't know. Elway leads.
It's a jump lean, and no one really hits with the head, so
James, if you hit him, they would absolutely throw a flag.
I'm getting tossed out the game next week.
All right, moving on. Super Bowl 24, Hall of Famer Joe Montana leading the Niners to a 55-10 win over the Broncos. He was named the most valuable player and became actually the first quarterback in Super Bowl history to win 3 Super Bowl MVPs.
It is really amazing and a testament to what Brady's accomplished that no one argues Montana's the greatest anymore. When Montana retired, not only was he considered the greatest, I think most people thought no one would ever be able to match him.
Yeah.
Like that he had separated himself from the pack so immensely. Only speaks to what Brady's done.
To see what that offense was able to do 30 years ago, and now we're in that golden age of offenses, that offense absolutely was before its time.
Super Bowl 41, Devin Hester starting the game off with a bang. His 92-yard touchdown was the first opening kickoff returned for a touchdown in Super Bowl history.
James, you know how earlier we were talking about your 100-yard interception return? This is my gambling moment of this. 25-1, first score of the game, defensive or special teams score. Pay me my money. Thank you, Devin Hester.
Did you bet it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's my moment. Yeah. I'll never forget it. I'm sitting in my barber's house in Syracuse, New York.
No, you're right. That's when Devin Hester was Devin Hester.
Oh,
you're right.
Yeah,
I might have took that.
Yeah, 25-1.
I mean, if I was a degenerate gambler, I would.
We throw this word around like it doesn't hurt.
Time to play Take Your Pick. All right, there is no hiding the best matchup of Super Bowl 54. Nicky Bosa and the Niners' top-ranked defense looking to slow down reigning MVP Patrick Mahomes and that explosive Chiefs offense. Who's got the edge Sunday, the Niners defense or the Chiefs offense? Brian Westbrook, take your pick.
I'm going Niners defense because they have their second best defense in the league on third down conversions. They only averaging giving up a conversion every 33 times, and so that's going to be huge. I also think that they have the ability to sack a quarterback and pressure a quarterback better than anyone in the NFL. Third best in the league as far as sacking the quarterback. Every 12 dropbacks, that's going to be a sack for the 49ers. I think that they get after the quarterback, and that's the reason why they win the game.
Yeah, I give the edge to the 49ers defense, even though everyone is going to say, the Chiefs offense is so powerful, so fast. The greatest equalizer, like you said, is the defensive line. If he can't get the ball out, or he can't, he don't have the time to do what it is necessary and allow the scramble around and make those plays, then that's the equalizer.
The 49ers have a great defense. The best defensive line in football, maybe the best corner in football, an underrated linebacking core. All that's true. but we have seen that defense at times this year get exposed. We always talk about the Saints game as far as what Jimmy G was able to do. On the flip side, they allowed 46 points in this game. Bless you. The answer for me is the Chiefs offense, because we have not seen in Patrick Mahomes' entire career, if he comes into a game healthy and has Tyreek Hill, a team truly hold them down. You're going to have to get into the 30s to beat the Chiefs, so I say the Chiefs offense.
All right, Sunday's Super Bowl 54 matchup is going to showcase two of the best tight ends in the game. So who will have a better performance, George Kittle or Travis Kelce? B-Dubs, take your pick.
You know, I wanted to go Travis Kelce here, but I just think that defense is going to be overwhelming. So I'm going George Kittle. I think he has the ability to affect the game in the run and pass game, which I think Travis Kelce, to an extent, doesn't do as much as far as the run game goes. And I think also, when you talk about yards after the catch, and Kansas City's ability to tackle George Kittle after he catches the football, I think that they have a good time, a big advantage at that standpoint of the game.
If you're talking pure numbers, I have to go with Travis Kelce, because Mahomes is going to end up throwing the ball 40 times, and his numbers are going to be a lot higher than Kittle's. But like you said, if you're looking at Kittle's, that's the all-around combination of what you're going to get. He's a dominant blocker. They get into the running game. He's going to do a lot more in the running game than I'll see Kelce do.
I'm going to say Travis Kelce for this reason only. The Chiefs, for as potent as their offense been the last couple of years, they haven't been a great red zone offense. They've been a good red zone offense, not a great red zone offense. They've stalled out, especially if they get inside the 5 where they don't have as much room to work. That's where Kelce's going to be critical, where he had those 3 touchdowns in a quarter against the Texans on the big comeback. They were all very short yardage, goal-to-goal situations. I think he's going to repeat, not 3 touchdowns, but that type of performance. I say Travis Kelce.
One thing to think about as far as the 49ers defense, they give up the absolute least yards to tight ends throughout the season. And so that's one thing when you're picking Travis Kelce, you got to think about.
Good note. Okay, the Niners are coming off an NFC Championship game where Raheem Mostert ran for 4 touchdowns and Jimmy Garoppolo only had 6 completions. So who is more vital to the 49ers' success in Super Bowl 54, Mostert or Jimmy G? Brian, take your pick.
Well, I'm going Raheem Mostert. I think that obviously we know that his ability to run the football is going to be huge, but I think Kyle Shanahan does some things unconventionally and tries to get him involved in the screen game. Kansas City's going to have 8, 9 guys in the box trying to stop the run. What do? You dump the ball right after the linebacker's pass to your running back and allow him to go crazy in the secondary.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't really see Jimmy G doing anything. He hasn't done anything really this postseason that would say that I would have to go with him. So
he hasn't done anything this postseason because he hasn't been forced to. I think he's going to be forced to in this game. If the Niners are going to win, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have a monster game, so I say Jimmy G. I think the Chiefs are going to have a similar game plan against Tennessee. Sell out against the run, see if the quarterback can beat you. I also think you're going to have to get at least.
That quarterback can beat him. Tannehill couldn't do that. It's not going to happen. That couldn't have happened. That's like you gambling, on something that's 80% for sure bet. Like that's not a gamble. You're taking a calculated risk.
A calculator, I get what you're saying as far as selling against Derrick Henry versus this team. So maybe not to the same extent, but I think the Chiefs are going to defensively try to stop the run first and the pass second. The Niners are going to have to score 31 points minimum to win this football game. I think the way to do that for them is more through the air, unless they get a bunch of turnovers than on the ground. So I say Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right, with just 1 game left in the season, the 100th year of the NFL is almost officially in the books. Patrick Mahomes looking to secure the Chiefs' 2nd ever Super Bowl, while Jimmy Garoppolo will look to hoist the Niners' 6th Lombardi Trophy. Here we go, guys. Who wins Super Bowl 54, the Niners or the Chiefs? Brian Westbrook, take your pick.
I'm going 49ers, and here's the reason. I know this makes Nick upset, but
just a little bit.
The Chiefs have started slow in each of their last 2 games. 24 points at halftime to the Texans, 17 points to the Titans at halftime. If they start slow in this game, and their defense doesn't come up big in this game, that the 49ers will run through this football team. They will run the football. They will pound the ball down their throat. And if that same thing follows, I certainly think the 49ers have the ability to run away with it.
Ditto, 49ers, and it's simple. Defense is going to do what's necessary to slow down. They're not going to stop them. They're not going to mud them. They're going to slow them down enough to make it where the game is close enough. And if like you said, Jimmy G has to have a good game. He can come in there and get it done because it'll still be within reach.
Here
We
go,
got
Nick.
a running back picking the better running team, a defensive player picking the better defensive team. I'm going to pick the better team because they have the best player, Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs win Sunday, and when they win Sunday, I'll say it again, the best opening 2 years of any careers ever. Jim Brown, 2 MVPs, made it to a championship game. Lou Alcindor, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, won a league MVP, a finals MVP, was an all-star both 2 years. When the Chiefs win Sunday, Patrick Mahomes adds his name to that list. A league MVP, a Super Bowl win, a Super Bowl MVP in his first 2 years as a starter. That's what culminates on Sunday.
Ugh.
Sound good.
Sounds great. Before we head to break, we're going to go viral one more time. We've been jam-packed all week, and unfortunately, our guests have all had to sit next to Nick Wright.
Why does it say that?
Take a look at this.
What?
You are a hitter, aren't you? You're like, you're...
I gesticulate, yeah.
Holy cow. You can't talk to me without, like, you know what? You know what? It's like, what are you doing, Morse code?
I don't really think I was hitting that many
It's like, oh, doing one word. Here,
You hit every single guess we had, Nick.
I don't believe that. I think Caliendo's just being a goofball.
Nick, you hit every guess.
okay.
Hit.
There's a counter?
Boom.
Hit.
Touchy-feely. Boom.
Yeah, we're not.
Boom.
This is why I sit by myself on the other side of the desk.
Oh, no, we know why you put you over there.
In New York.
Boom.
Oh, I've hit James a lot.
Yeah, you hit James.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it. It's like a fly, you know.
Oh, Nat came in.
What? All right, this is now embarrassing. That's all the same shirt. That's the same day. Okay, I did it.
And you got a hug?
No, that was me. That was me showing when he flopped on Fisher. Cost the
Look
Chiefs a playoff.
at that, Nick.
Nick, this is actually ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
This is all one day.
Listen.
Why did I keep touching you? What? This is the same shirt.
This is impressive. You just wanted to touch and feel that.
Wait, we're still going?
When
Yeah,
Nick gets
Nick.
nervous, he gets touchy-feely.
That's
He
what
gets
I know. I had him scared.
You had him scared.
I had him scared.
This
He
is
ain't touched me today. He a little better. He a little
Oh,
better
see, he
today.
touched me back. This is really embarrassing. Oh, then he punched me. He pushed me.
If you guys don't know Nick doesn't like to be touched.
I don't.
He doesn't like to be hugged. He doesn't
No,
like to be touched,
I
which is
don't. How
interesting
you touching people when
because
you
he
don't like
turned
to be
around
touched?
and touched our guest 6,437 times over the course of the week.
That? Wow. I had no idea I was doing that.
You started to do it again.
Sit on those hands, Nick.
I apologize. I don't know. Now you're trying to...
No, I'm just saying.
all good.
You know,
We're fine.
it's okay.
All right, Jenna's
It's all
right
good.
that I don't like to be
Yeah.
touched, which makes...
It's okay, man. Listen.
All right, Jenna, chill.
Listen.
I know it's bothering you so
like that.
much right now.
Jenna, chill.
All right.